Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to That Geek Show, the show where we strive to be the definitive geek and pop culture web show on all the nets and tubes. We got a really fun show lined up for you today because Mad Max Fury Road has hit theaters, and we are so pumped that we just might chrome out our grills while we do it. Maybe not. We also have a sick trailer of the week to show you, plus newcomer Conor Watkins makes his debut with our brand new segment focused on just comic books. So get ready to live, die, and live again, because it's going to be a lovely day on That Geek Show. All right, Gio, we are here back on the Nerd Rage segment, and there's only one thing we could possibly talk about this week.
What have I been raving about this? Mad Max!
Mad Max happened. We saw an early screening of it. Gio's seen two early screenings of it, and he wasn't kidding. It was insanity rolled into a ball of gasoline and blown in your face.
Incredible.
That's the only way I can describe it. It is amazing. So, cool. So let's get right into it. I got some stuff to do. First of all, George Miller came back.
Yes.
George Miller, Old Man Miller came
70,
back.
I believe, 70.
The guy who did the first, second, and third one, right? Mm-hmm. This one actually takes place somewhere between the second and third one because he still got his V8 right when we start the movie off.
That's right. Yes.
His supercharged V8. Yeah.
That's my car.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, warning: we are probably going to get into some spoilers here because there's no other way we can talk about this other than to get into spoilers. So first of all, I love that George Miller came back and did it. I mean, I don't know if anybody else could get his tone right, and he got it perfect. I feel like he cut out a lot of the like quirkiness of the old movies and supercharged up all the good parts of it.
Yeah, and I'm super stoked that he was like a return to the genre, return everything.
It felt like it never missed a page, like it never missed a beat.
And just like everything was done on set, all the car.
Oh yeah, they filmed on location in Australia, right?
Yeah, even the bodies, when you see them, they're dummies, and they look so good when they're flying out of the car.
And didn't he use squibs on this one? I love when they use squibs instead of doing CGI blood. It's way more real. More people should go to that.
Super cool, and you can feel the 80s, 90s kind of tone to it with
the
fade ins,
and
fade outs, and the music.
Yeah, and there's that great tracking shot in the beginning of the movie, the opening part where he's chasing him down. They're chasing him down the War Boys. They're the gang pack community of this guy named Jho, who's played, we just found out, by Hugh Keith Byrne, who was the original bad guy in the very first Mad Max film. So we had some continuity there. Nice. I didn't even know that going in. That's pretty dope. Yes. That makes the movie even better for me, to be honest.
And I'm not sure if you picked it up, but me as an editor and director, like, he sped that scene up. Like, you could see it was a lot quicker.
Oh yeah, you can tell Tom Hardy's movements are just perfect in this. He's like just like a controlled Fury, almost like a Fury. Like he's just moving quick responses, quick stuff. It's great.
Super good. And I'm sure they sped that up a little bit in editing, but oh God, it's so amazing.
So yeah, we have the War Boys. We have Max. He goes into this community, just like he does in all these movies. Just shows up.
Well,
you know,
he doesn't just show up.
I mean, he just doesn't show up. Okay, he gets taken. He gets captured. I don't want to give too much away. I'm trying to avoid it a little bit, but
at the beginning.
It's at the beginning of the movie. But yeah, just that establishing shot at the beginning of the movie. Just him eating the two-headed lizard. It's perfect.
It is.
So all of the dialogue in the movie is perfect. All the little quips, like their mantra is "I live, I die, I live again," because they're brainwashed by this cult leader. Witness me, and they get sprayed in the face with chrome paint. Like it's just chrome paint straight up.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I did have, with speaking into dialogue and script, I did have a little bit of problem with some of the wives. Some of their dialogue was a little strange. It jumped a little off at times.
Like what? Give me an example.
So, for example, without going into spoilers, where they go into the mud pits, and they're stuck.
Okay.
And they see the light coming towards them. The girl walks over, and she's like, "Should we be worried about that light and the bullets shooting at us?"
Oh, yeah.
It's delivered a little weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's one of my problems with, I mean, we'll get into this. The biggest name in that wives group is Rose Huntington Whiteley, which she came onto the scene in Transformers 3, Transformers 3: Dark of the Moon. I don't remember the name. I think I got that one right. Yeah. She replaced Megan Fox in that one. So that's where she made her name. And I feel like she was a little bit bigger of a name. Spoiler alert, she dies right away. I mean, within probably the first 30 minutes of the movie, I'd say. First 3 minutes.
Maybe we're
on that first chase. On the first chase where they go through the mountains, where they get out of the gulch. Well, yeah, where they get out of the gulch. Yeah. So she's pregnant. I mean, I don't know about that whole thing. Like, I don't even. That's one of the. That's if there's anything. What was the point of even having her be pregnant, be there? She's a name. the kid dies that she's carrying, she dies. It doesn't really motivate the character more, Jho, to go and kill you. He's already going to want to get the rest of his wives back.
Right.
What was the point of that, is my point.
I think the point of that was just to show how deeply he really wants to get these wives. Because if you look at it, he does sacrifice himself into the accident. He doesn't want to run her over, so he causes himself to get into the accident to avoid her. But, you know, obviously it didn't happen.
Right.
And actually, he kind of did. She was still breathing. But he just cares about his air ride.
Yeah, his legacy. He wants his sons or his daughters to carry on.
And not just that, but he wants a perfect boy, because as we see in the movie.
Okay, I got that line. Yeah, it was a purry. Vinny or Nathan Jones stands up and he says, it was my brother and he was perfect in every way. Like, he had to convey that to everybody.
Right, and I was discussing this with Michelle, that the short guy in the office, is also one of his sons, Joe's sons. So maybe he has this line of having
the dwarf
guy?
Yeah, the dwarf. Yeah.
The dwarf.
I don't. Trying to be politically correct.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, he's also a son of. So maybe he has this line of having bad sons and no.
Because the Nathan Jones character is a little mentally incapacitated, but he's a big hulking guy.
Right.
The other kid, the one that is a dwarf. Doesn't he have one more too? One of the ones that came down the platform, or no? Or is it just the two sons?
No, I think it's just those
two sons.
Yes.
Oh, so
he's trying to breed.
Okay, so you got that, but I feel like for me, I didn't even get that point of it. So I don't think he conveyed that well
Again,
enough.
I had to watch it a second time. I did watch it a second time, so I started processing things.
Well, knowing that going in, now you know what that plot point's going to be about, I guess, if you've not seen it yet. How about the job Nicholas Hoult did as Nux?
Awesome.
You know, you don't think he's a big character. He starts out as the guy that's basically trying to prove himself. All these guys, their motivation, if you're not one of the main guys, is to go out in a blaze of glory and prove your worth, so you can go to Valhalla and ascend. Enter the gates of Valhalla. A very Viking-esque kind of thing, which is weird because they live in Australia, but I don't know how that works. Their whole point is to and he seems like he's not going to be a big character, but he plays a vital role in the movie, obviously.
Very
and his acting's great.
And he's awesome.
I don't know if it was the way they just made him up in the makeup or anything, but I think he was one of the most underrated characters, if there was an underrated character in the movie. He did a great job.
Yeah, he
stood out.
Great lines.
Yeah.
He had a good character development, and he progressed as a character from the beginning.
Found even a little mini. I like that I almost cringed when I thought they were going to set up like this little mini romance side story with him and one of the wives, but it was quick.
Yes.
And it had a purpose at the end.
Exactly.
And they didn't explore it too much, which is good for this kind of a movie.
Yes, and I also like that they didn't go exploring a loving relationship with Max.
I was really hoping they wouldn't, and they didn't. Let's progress it right into the next subject, which is we're seeing a lot of really harsh reviews online from the let's call them misogynistic haters, people that wanted a more masculine, male-driven Mad Max, and they're upset that Charlize Theron and it was a woman-centered storyline, especially at the end. Another spoiler is that they're traveling to this place. You don't know what it is. It's supposed to be lush and green. It's not. She's traveling to her old pack, which is a women's community.
Yes.
And most of them are gone, and so they actually end up becoming almost the reason that they get back and they're victorious in the end.
Right.
And people are hating on that right now. The internet community is going insane, which I don't understand.
No, the movie itself is already pretty testosterone.
I mean, you have literally like gasoline-charged war machines.
Yeah.
Riding down a highway, destroying things and people.
Yeah, and I mean, what's wrong? We live in a society where it's okay to be, have both male and female protagonists.
I want more more female protagonists.
Yeah, this goes back into sort of the conversation that we were having last week about the Avengers,
the Joss Whedon thing.
Yeah, the Joss Whedon thing. And now we're having the same conversation, but on the other side. Come on, guys.
Happens.
Seriously, we live in a day and age where everyone should be treated as equal.
It's a creative direction. I mean, if you're not going to like it, then don't like it. You don't have to put your hatred. People deserve to have opinions. But come on, there's a point where you have to step back and say it's a movie. It was fun. Stop nitpicking it to the point of you have to bring it into the sexism.
Right, exactly.
And on the opposite, the wrong side of sexism, might I add.
Yeah, and then I mean, obviously, maybe even for the next chapter of Mad Max, if we do see it,
I think we will.
Yeah, and I think we will. Maybe this will be the end of Furiosa, and we'll bring in another character that interacts with Mad Max.
Maybe. Well, and that's the point of the Mad Max franchise is that he's never. like I said, this movie takes place somewhere between 2 and 3. He's just, it's all about his little mini adventures he has, if you want to call them adventures, more like escapes, I guess, that he has throughout the world.
And they couldn't have done it without him in this movie, because I mean, he.
Well, no, he's the point.
He saved them all.
He's the road warrior.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't allude to that a little bit more. I wish he, instead of saying Max, I wish he would have just said I'm the road warrior or something.
Yeah, but they tattooed it to his back.
Oh, they did. That's right. At the very beginning, I couldn't see very well because we saw it in 3D. Again, did you like the 3D? You saw it in both 3D?
I saw it both in 3D. No, it does not add to it.
Don't see it in 3D. It doesn't add to it, and 3D always darkens the movie.
Yes, it does.
And I felt like in that opening scene, especially, I didn't even notice that because I was like trying to see with the lighting. It was pretty bad.
Yes.
Don't see it in 3D.
It actually takes a little bit away from like a nostalgia feel of the 80s.
There's like this one part where the guy with the guitar. There's a guy. Look for the guy. We're not going to give too much away, but look for the guy with a guitar riding on the big rig, shooting flames. It is amazing. I was telling Gio before, it almost takes you out of the movie. Almost, but just it's done so well that you just kind of like chuckle. In the middle of all this insanity, you got a guy playing the guitar.
The whole time during the whole movie, I heard producer Jeff just laughing his ass off every time
he came on screen. Yes.
Every time he's just laughing his ass off. It was really great.
But yeah, anyway, I mean, those little things are what make the movie great.
And just bring the whole world of Mad Max.
Just bring that crazy nostalgic insanity of the 80s movies that we loved back in the day. So obviously this is a big go see for me.
Oh, definitely go see.
You're going to say don't see it, right? You're going to play the other side?
Yeah, of course I am. After 2 times that I've seen it, I'm probably going to go see it a 3rd time.
I've seen it once. I'm going to definitely go and see it again. I'm going to pay money to see it because I want to support this movie. I saw it for free the first time because Gio was nice enough to give us some preview screenings. Definitely going to go see it again. Yeah, take some people to go see it. This movie is
well deserved.
Insane. It's got a 90 as of airing right now. It's got a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. If that doesn't motivate you, then I don't know who you are.
This is one of those summer sleepers. It's a summer sleeper. Not many people are going to know about it.
It's a summer sleeper. Yeah, exactly. And because of the genre that's in, it's a rated R movie.
Yes.
It's not going to have the wide appeal like the PG-13 movie like the Avengers is going to have.
Yeah.
But I suggest you go sneak. If you're under 18, 17, go sneak in and see it, for God's sake. Get
a
fake ID. That's how good this movie is. It's good enough to get a fake ID. Get a fake ID and grab a cigarette and go see it. I don't know what else you can do at 18. Well, what can you do at 18, right?
Yeah.
You can see an R-rated movie and you can get cigarettes. I don't know what else you can do. So anyway, Mad Max, Fury Road, in theaters now. Check it out. All right, guys, it's time for our trailer of the week, and we got a good one for you this week, or so I'm told. Here we are with Jeff. Jeff, you're our trailer guy. You perused the trailers, you sifted through the muck, and you brought us out a nice gem to watch, right? So these guys don't have to sift through YouTube and all that. They can watch this trailer and be satisfied for the entire week, right?
Yes.
Okay, what do you got for us?
This week I brought to you guys The Visit. It looks promising, except for the fact that I found out halfway in the trailer.
Halfway.
Or I don't remember if it was towards the end or not, but it's by M. Night Shyamalan.
Wow, no, it's M. Night Shyamalan. Shyamalan? I mean, I call him Shyamalan Ding Dong.
But see,
I don't like him.
That's the thing. I was watching the trailer, and as it's going, I'm thinking, oh, look, it looks interesting, looks really good. And then I saw his name, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Took you right out of it, didn't
now I'm not sure.
Okay. But well, what's the synopsis of this trailer?
It's about these 2 kids, brother and sister. They go away to visit their grandparents. I don't remember if it's just for the weekend or how long the visit's actually for. But while they're there, strange things start happening with their grandparents. First of all, the first thing that kind of gets them weird, I guess, is their grandpa tells them, oh, bedtime's at 9 p.m. I think.
Right.
And
these are city kids, so they're not used to bedtime at 9 p.m. They're like, where's my Xbox? Where's my phone?
So they're talking about that, and then later on in the night, they start hearing strange noises. So, this is from their trailer. So I don't know
right.
And even
anything
weirder,
beyond that.
Right.
They go to the door, they open it, and they
there's something
see
wrong with Nana and Papa.
their grandma scratching
M.
at
Night
the wall.
Shyamalan. It scares them the shit out of
Plot twist.
Plot twist. That's his big twist. He's in it.
They see their grandma scratching at the wall.
Ew.
And then it just goes on after that.
She's got sharp nails. That's too bad.
It goes on after that. It starts just showing their grandparents acting really strange, really weird, and we just have no idea what they do. So it's crazy.
Really?
It's all over.
Demon possession.
And at the end of the trailer, is there anything to Get the audience, because usually the end of a trailer has some big moment where you're like, oh shit,
The grandparents started talking.
Alright, so there it is. Trailer of the week. Jeff, are you going to see it?
No,
Yeah.
you need to come
Yeah,
right
like I said, I'm excited to watch it, but I'm taking it as a game.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. I mean, I don't know how else to say his name. He needs a pseudonym. The guy needs a pseudonym. Change your name, M. Night, because nobody's going to see your movies if you put your name. Good? We good? All right, with that, let's go to our last segment featuring Conor Watkins and comic books.
Hey everyone, my name is Conor Watkins, and this is your comic book update, where you get the latest news on new releases for your favorite comic book stories. As you can see, I'm kind of a Marvel fanatic, and Captain America is one of my favorite Avengers, so we'll start with Marvel. As of 2 weeks ago, Marvel launched their Secret Wars series, an 8-part edition with John Hickman and his team at the forefront. 2 universes are about to collide, and Earth is the center of it all. Alien invasions, Earth's mightiest heroes, and 2 parallel universes colliding. It's one heck of a storyline. And with all this going on, you can get lost easily if you don't drum on it now. If you want to get more information on what happened before the Secret Wars, check out John Hickman's writing of the Avengers, as well as the new Avengers that covers what's happened with the Illuminati and where everyone has been and what's leading up with the last 8 months. The identity of female Thor has finally been revealed. Last week's issue covers all of it, and you'll be definitely surprised to see who steps up and who is actually this blonde goddess of thunder. Of course, we can't bring up Marvel without mentioning our favorite billionaire, philanthropist, egocentric man of iron himself, Tony Stark. Check out the Superior Iron Man to see the struggle that Tony Stark is having with as he fights himself. I can't answer all the questions, and I don't want to spoil it for you. Definitely check out your local comic book store and see what's really going on in the Superior Iron Man. When it comes to comic books, I'm kind of biased, but I'm open to reading whatever it is there is out there. Problem is, I don't know where to start. So leave a comment below or post a link and point me in the right direction as to where you think a good storyline would be. Well, that's all the time I have here. I'm Conor Watkins, and this is your comic book update.
All right, guys, that's all the time we have for today on That Geek Show. If you liked any part of this video, please make sure to like it, share it, and of course subscribe to us on YouTube. And
don't forget to check us out on thatgeekshow.com and check us out on youtube.com/thatgeekshow1.
And if you are on social media, which I'm sure you are, follow us on Twitter. I'm Eric D. Lucas.
At Jhovani Estrada.
And of course, That Geek Show is at That Geek Show. We're running a little low, guys. I gotta go hook up my blood bag. Gio, you in the meantime have to prove yourself today.
Witness me!